Jacksonville Jaguars. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, set. 90. Wolf. Yeah, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And to give this time to the tailback. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
Yeah, not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, Franks. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
To throw on 2nd down, Franks. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Franks. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. On 4th down, Franks. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
They're not ready for this. General, West. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety.
Lock it.
Hey, watch this. Watch this.
Back. Go. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Hot.
Now they try the right side here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
On 1st and 10, Franks into the hands of his tight end, Jeff Swain. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here we go. Tucson.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Let's put that team on the punt. Ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hey.
2nd and 11. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Three down.
Exit. Mike's 50. Hey.
From the gun, Franks. This is Jennings. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The kick by Carlson is good. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. Ito Smith, his first carry. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap. Watch the slap. Yep. Watch the slap. Check 99. Check 99. Sponge. 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 No.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. For the first play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Watch the run. They're running it.
Second and 14. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big third down play there for the Jags. 41 yards.
Jaguars, first down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Right back to him on first down. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there.
Tight dog. He's coming. We got double up. See it. On. Ready, go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Set, ready. 60 outlaw.
Silver.
Watch the twist. Chopper. 51, come on. Hot.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got it. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They run with Taylor. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
First down, Ravens.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
On 2nd down now, it's Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
AFC title game, 2nd quarter action. 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Franks. escape, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Looking to throw. Franks. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at their own 44. Now Jackson being chased out left. He'll run it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Brings up second and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Let's go. 15 on it. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Hey, check white 47. Check it out. I'm on. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to float this over the middle deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. Now Ito Smith, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. To throw is Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Check 31.
Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 at the 19. And now he's going to use his legs. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Here we go. Set. Took the outlaw. Here we go. Patrick.
After the penalty, it's Smith, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Smith. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And now look at him go. Past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot into big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Ravens take over
Let's go,
1st and 10
let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
On 2nd down, it's Taylor, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first down carry for Smith. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Under 10, 10.
Again, it's Smith. Gets past one man. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Taylor. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Come on, D.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Strip that ball.
Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Don't get nervous. Kill.
They'll try the right side here with Smith. And we'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check, 47.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Buying time to his left. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Quiet, 64, weak.
Shift, watch the shift.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
They find some open field here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
4 down. Check. 4 down. Check 26. Check 26.
From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's going deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Check. 51's the mic.
Throwing on first down. Franks. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Ito Smith, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score. So 17 all as they come up on a first down. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Second and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
There you go. Say, you're out. Ready, go.
Now a handoff looking right. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
I got one. Ready, go.
Back to throw. Franks. The open man is Shark. It's complete. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Willie Henry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Come to me, it's me.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Franks. And he's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. Breaks the tackle, now Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Let's go. Ken Lobo. QB drop. Blue Dog Quarters.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Jeff Swain, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Leonard Fournette, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Willie Henry on the tackle. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Operating from the gun, Franks. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson.
For the field goal, a 32-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
We own them. 51, Mike 51. And go.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Jaguars have taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time, gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. And it all rides on this one play, a trip to the Super Bowl in the balance here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. It's complete to Grant. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Jackson now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir. That touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something. Forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
A very important extra point there. Up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Looking to throw. Franks. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only 1 period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we can go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the Magic of that stadium in that freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2.
And the Ravens first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl, what do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. But Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse, that gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think Brett Favre with the Vikings has the destiny. But they're in New Orleans. It's the Saints. And they get it done. And in overtime, go on to the Super Bowl. And they won that one. They beat the Colts, correct?
Yep. A couple of the more memorable ones for sure. On second down, here's Smith. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? Flushed in, Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime. So paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready. 51, Mike, 51. Watch the flat, watch the flat. Watch the flat on the flat,
2nd and 13. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
First down, Baltimore.
They keep it with Smith on first down. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Jackson operating from the gun. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 2nd catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a 1st down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Taylor. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
At the 36-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Smith. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I loved one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
On 1st down, Taylor. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And all that hard work